Business trips. If you have a job that requires traveling or business trips, there are many things you need to know how to say. I recommend studying the Traveler's Guide section I have for general traveling needs. But for this lesson, I'm going to cover the things you need to say to the people you are traveling with and questions you need to ask about the business trip. Most of this lesson is primarily showing you a variety of questions you might need. Details. When you go on a business trip, you will need to find out a lot of information. Where are we going for our business trip? Where are we going this time? What city are we traveling to? What is the objective for this business trip? What is our goal for this business trip? What do we want to accomplish for this business trip? What is the primary purpose for this business trip? What day are we departing for our business trip to Los Angeles? How long are we going to be there? How long is the business trip scheduled for? What time is ABC Company expecting us? Who should I report to when I get to ABC Company? People who go on business trips get a daily allowance for food and other small necessities. This is called a per diem. The amount depends on the company, but you should ask how much you get a day. How much is the per diem? How much per diem do we get a day? How do we get the per diem? Isn't the per diem too low? What do they expect us to eat with this amount of per diem? Is the business trip really going to take us all 5 days? If we finish on the 4th day, can we come back early? I think we could finish a day early. Can we come back on Thursday if we complete our work early? First-time business trip questions. If this is your first time on a business trip, then you will have even more questions. If you are not sure what to bring or how much stuff to bring, you can ask your manager or a coworker. How much do you usually pack for a week-long business trip? How big is the suitcase you take with you on a business trip? Do the hotels we stay at have a hairdryer? How many pieces of luggage do you bring with you on a business trip? Where do you usually park when you go to the airport? Is long-term parking available at the airport? How early should I go to the airport? Where should we meet? Should we meet at the airport? I missed my flight. The next flight they have available is in 45 minutes. I'll have to meet you at the airport in Los Angeles. I'll call you when I land. Talking to people. Talking to the employees of the company you are visiting is very different than talking to employees. Basically, you have to be polite and formal when dealing with them. Hi, Mark. I'm Alex from ABC Consulting. It's nice to meet you. During this stage, you might be engaged in small talk, such as how your flight was, or how the weather is over in your city. But if not, then you can get straight to work. You might need to know where you will be working. Only ask this if they never tell you, but chances are, they will let you know before you ask. Where will I be working this week? Where is your office located? Is your office relatively close to where I will be working? You might need to ask who you will be working with, but again, don't ask this too early. You should give them a chance to answer. Who will I be working with this week? These previous questions should only be used in rare cases the other person doesn't tell you. The next couple of sentences are more likely. Who should I contact if I have a question regarding inaccurate data? Who should I contact if I have a question with this type of problem? I'm going to be calling my manager frequently with critical updates. What phone should I use? How long does it take to get to the airport from here? How bad is the traffic around this time to the airport? Where's the closest place to eat around here? Is there a fast food restaurant nearby? Does this building have a cafeteria? Do you have a cafeteria close by? Eating during the business trip. If you go on a business trip alone, then you don't need to talk much, and you can eat whenever you want. But if you go with a group, they might want to eat together. Some people like to eat together all the time, but some people might not want to eat because they are not hungry. What kind of food do you guys want to eat today? Anybody want to go for lunch? I'm going to lunch. Anybody want to join me? Let's go in 20 minutes. I have to finish this real quick. I can't make it. I have to finish this and it will take me another 30 minutes. I'm going to pass today. I brought a bagel with me. I have a small sandwich. I'm just going to eat here. Where should we have dinner tonight? Hey, let's go to the Italian restaurant next to the hotel. We can either go to the steakhouse in the hotel or the Italian restaurant next door.
Hey Mark, I'm assigning you on the Tully project. You'll have to go to California in 2 weeks.
What is my objective over there?
You have to review financial documents over there. If you find something missing, work with our accountants to get the documents you need to complete the analysis.
How large is this project?
It's pretty big, so take someone with you. I think you can finish in a week if 2 of you are working on it.
Do we have to arrive there at a certain time?
Not really, but you should get there before lunch to settle in. Then you can get in half a day.
Who should I contact when I get there?
I'll email you the details, but you should go book your flight soon.
Will do. Do you have a recommendation on who should go with me?
Either Seth or Josh.
Okay, I'll find out who has more time.
Great, keep me informed.
Got it.
Hey Seth, you want to go to lunch soon?
How about in 30 minutes? I'm almost done with this section.
Okay. Where do you want to eat?
I'm okay with anything, but let's go to a fast food place.
There's a Burger King around the corner. Let's go there.
Sounds good. One quick question. I'm going to finish all my work tomorrow. If we finish tomorrow, I suggest we head back home tomorrow evening. What do you think?
I think that's doable. We'll see how much we get done today, and if we're close, I'll let them know that we'll be done tomorrow.
Sounds good.
Offices and cubicles. The office has 3 types of workstation setting. Some companies provide a single office for each employee. Other companies have a cubicle system, and some companies have desks put together in a large open space where everyone sits. I'll separate this lesson into these 3 categories. Desks all together. If you are in an environment where you have to sit at a desk right next to 15 other people with the same desks, I'm sorry for your situation. It's very uncomfortable working like this, but it is a reality. Here are some things I heard from people in this setting. General statements or complaints. It's not that bad, but there is no privacy. I wouldn't mind it so much if the manager couldn't see every minute of my day. I hate it. Even if they can't give us offices, they could at least give us cubicles. The reason I hate it so much is because I can't take a small break. Since the manager is always looking at everyone, even when I am not working, I have to pretend like I am. There are a lot of distractions. I can hear everything everyone says in the whole office. Mary sometimes turns on the music. It's not that bad, but sometimes I want it quiet. If I have a complaint about something, I can't talk to the manager because everyone will hear. I have to set up a meeting and use the conference room. Questions and requests. I don't have another outlet near my desk. Can I get a power strip? Can I move to a different location? The sun always glares off my monitor and I have trouble working. Can I sit on the other side of the room? This is too close to the door, and it gets cold here. I get hot easily. Would it be possible if I sit next to the door? It is much cooler there. Cubicles. A cubicle is a work area that is separated by small portable walls. It is generally about 4 to 5 feet high, and it gives a little more privacy. Although it's not as good as an office, it is much better than having to sit in an open area looking at everyone. Another benefit of having a cubicle is that you can personalize the space. There are small walls to put up pictures, decoration, or to put up a whiteboard or a corkboard. I sit in the cubicle down the hall. It's next to the conference room. My cubicle is directly on the other side of this wall. Come by sometime. The files are on my desk in my cubicle. I'll get them for you. I walked by your cubicle and saw a heater. Where did you get such a small one like that? I think I want one for my cubicle as well. There are a couple of people with the name Steve in our office. If you say Steve real loud, you will see 2 heads appear at the same time. It's quite funny. If you hear the term cube farm, it is referring to a huge space with a lot of cubicles. I heard ABC Company has a serious cube farm. Even the CEO has a cubicle. I think that's pretty cool. How big is your cubicle? My cubicle is about 5 feet by 6 feet. It's roughly 5 by 6. I'm not sure, but it fits 2 small desks and a drawer. I guess it's big enough for me. Office. If you think having an office will stop all your complaints and you will be happy, you are mistaken. It's amazing how people with their own office still find things to complain about. I am just as guilty. I remember when I was sharing an office with one other person. I was complaining about not having my own office. And when I got my own office, I remember complaining about getting a bigger office. When I got a bigger office, I remember complaining about not having a window office. Isn't it strange how the complaints never end? Let's see some of the sentences for this section. Why is Jack's office so much bigger than mine? I'm next in line for a window office. How come you gave it to Paul? There's an empty office across the hall. Can I have it? It's great having my own office because I can surf the internet and take a real break anytime I want. The privacy is probably the best thing about having my own office. I can't imagine working in a cubicle again. A common phrase you might hear from your manager is to come to their office. Can you stop by my office? Stop by my office when you get a chance. Let's meet in my office. If you want to stop by someone's office, you can say this. Can I stop by your office after lunch? Can I come by your office now? Can we talk in your office?
How are things at work?
It's not too bad, but I hate our office setting.
Are you in a cubicle?
No, I would be happy with a cubicle, but we have 10 desks all in a large room. The supervisor is at one end, with a view of everyone.
That sucks. You have no privacy.
I know, I can't even take a small break because everyone is watching. But that's not the worst part. I can hear everyone talking all day long and it's so distracting.
I feel sorry for you.
I can't even complain about something to the supervisor because everyone can hear.
Why do they have the office set up like that?
I'm not sure. Maybe they want to save money, or maybe they think it's more effective.
Is anybody in an office?
Only the people above the supervisor.
Maybe if they got out of their office and worked in the open space, they would realize how terrible it is.
I guess. I'll just have to tolerate it for now.
Do you have cubicles in your company?
No, everyone has their own office.
You're so lucky. I'm in a cubicle.
I'm so glad we have our own office. There's so much privacy and we can take breaks whenever we want.
How does management know if you're working or not?
Our company doesn't really keep track of little details. Our performance is based on our assignments and projects. Management doesn't care what is done, they just want the person to do a good job and to turn it in on time.
I like that method. In our company, our manager wants to know every detail, almost every hour. If we are a little behind, the manager gets mad and starts worrying.
I would hate that environment.
I agree. It's not a good work environment. Do you ever play video games in your office?
Not when it's busy, but when they're experiencing a little downtime, I close the door and play a game of StarCraft. If someone comes in, I quickly switch to view on a monitor.
You're so lucky.
I don't take it for granted, but I wouldn't mind an office window soon.
Shut up, freak.